I'm live. Can everybody hear me?
This video is powered by Pros and Pascal Air Comment.
Hold on, guys. I'm back. Let's see if my notification bell works. Richard Dowling, you guys can hear me? Yeah. Thanks, Chico's Chicken. Welcome back. Okay, let me go down here real quick. Glad to see you. Volume is good. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I really wanted to make sure. Okay, so everything's going real fast. It does. Okay, thanks, Grind Jr. How you doing, by the way? Robbie, good to see you back. Graveson, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. How can I stop this to make it? Okay, here we go. Chico's Chicken, welcome back. Stay strong, Ja. Spark looking forward to this. Rob, hope all is well. Angela, hope all is well. Ryan Miller, he out? Yeah, I'm out, Ryan. Rob, respect always. Richard Dowling, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Keeping you in my prayers. Tomas, I need him. Chaplain John Henry, it was fake all along. I'm sorry. What was fake? Me being in prison or jail? No, I was in county jail. This is a good thing, I hope. Well, I don't know about that, Ryan. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. It might be rambling. We'll see where it all goes. All right. I'm back. Let's see if my notification works. Rob is back. Been a wild ride for you. Yeah, sad. I'm doing Lynn Swan. Thank you. Okay. Randy Savage, Richard Down. Hey, what's up, Richard? Respect. One day at a time. Okay. Yeah. So, first of all, thank you guys for being here. Excuse me. I can't believe I made it on time. The color's a little bit off, I see on this. I'm running it through a laptop. And I'm watching myself on a big TV in the background. Okay, so where do I even start? Where do I even start right now? I don't know who saw the video that I made in a car at a rest stop in New Mexico. The one everybody says I have a meltdown. I guess that's kind of accurate. I'm not embarrassed by it. It was I was out there for sure. A lot of the things that were going on in that video that people don't know about is I was getting phone calls. I was on my iPhone, and Marta was trying to stop me from doing the video. So I was yelling and screaming, and I think people thought that I was yelling and screaming at images or hallucinations I was having. I just heard some of the criticism today, and I was listening to it, and I didn't know what they were talking about at first. I've never seen the video. The video was taken down by Marta, and but I've been watching in the last week people that have talked about that video I made, and for sure I was whacked out. It's not like I didn't remember the video or that I was saw it in my mind. I didn't know what I was doing. That's not true. Maybe it would be better if I said that I was, but that's not the case. And to be honest, in that video, I was 2 days up, sleep deprived, and I was actually not under the influence of drugs the 2 days prior. So let me back up more even further, okay? So I started Convict Inc. What was it? 2021, shortly after I got out of federal prison. Excuse me. And it was supposed to be prison story based, criminal justice reform based, and it took on a whole different whatever with the mob stuff that I did. So a lot of you guys have been following me know exactly what I'm talking about, and specifically, it was getting into the Mob 2 wars and all that. And I'm here to tell you today that I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't. However, it also took away a lot of credibility that I had as somebody that was really wanting to get involved in the criminal justice reform arena. And of course, nobody's hurt my credibility more than I have as far as using alcohol and drugs, getting strung out over the last year, denying it, um, hurting a lot of people along the way. Number one and foremost is my wife, Marta. Um, what happened was, and I went to jail, was because of Dirty Urines. If you guys seen Lee Cole's show with James Proctor, they put up exactly what I was charged with. There was a total of 7 or 8 dirty urines over a year period, or altered or dirty urines, whatever you want to say, using narcotics over a year period, and leaving the state on a drug testing day. Some people that have criticized me have said that cops arrested me or whatever. I actually wouldn't turn myself in. I just want to make that clear too. It's an important, because I never was trying to weasel out of it or get out of it. I knew what I had to do. I knew I was going down, and I actually expected to be in jail right now. I'm surprised and shocked that I'm out right now. I fully was prepared to do 2 years, if not longer. So shortly after I made that video, I was 2 days later, I turned myself in up in Fayetteville, and I was in Washington County Detention Center. Judge Brooks was the judge that let me out on compassionate release. So for those of you that don't know, I was serving life without the possibility of release for a 1-count conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. They offered me 2 years to snitch. I said no. They gave me life without parole based on my 2 prior drug convictions. Okay. I did 23 years, 8 months, and 1 day. And in 2018, the Trump administration, with help of Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, helped Congress push or pass what's called the First Step Act. The First Step Act had many changes to federal law, one of them being the compassionate release statute. So I have recurring bladder cancer. I still do to this day. I have a heart condition, whatever. I still do to this day. And those were factors that I used to get out on compassionate release. Also, rehabilitation. I met Marta. That was a factor. What else? Oh, an intervening change in the law. And that is that there's no such thing as mandatory minimum life sentence anymore. There's a mandatory minimum 25 years. So Judge Brooks out of the Western District of Arkansas, Fayetteville Division, amended my sentence from life without to 25 years. It's important. That's why I'm going through all this. Excuse me. Okay. So I then get all these dirty urines over, really it was a year. The first year I did pretty good. I drank the first day I got out of prison. I used about 4 months in, but I didn't really go off the rails until after January the 10th, 2022, when my dad died. And that's when I can say I went off the rails. And that's pretty much everything. And just so you know, when I turned myself in, I popped dirty for fentanyl, among other things, which was very frowned upon, a very big deal. You guys all know that. When I was in the jail, I'd never been through detox in my life like that, 5 days. So anyway, I go in front of Judge Brooks for a supervised, what was the hearing? Yeah, for my supervised release, a petition to revoke my supervised release. Okay. Expecting to get 2 years. As soon as Judge Brooks walked out, he walked straight up to me and he shook my hand. And that was it was huge. I can't explain to you what a game changer that is for a judge to actually walk up and tell me that it was a pleasure to meet me. He also said that he's been researching me and studying me, and he felt like he knew me intimately or personally. And I was kind of like, I'm going to get screwed here. So anyway, it was a total of 5.5 hours, the hearing. And the judge really did not know what to do with me. He asked me what I thought he should do. Like, what was the appropriate sentence? What should I? Let me see something here. Like it. Live chat takes seconds. Won't miss a word. Hey, Carol. Okay, you guys are doing your thing. Hey, Rob. Before I like the video, I need to know whose side you're on. This is very important. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Okay, so anyway, I talked. Judge Brooks allowed me to talk, and I'm going to say something. I'm going to do a whole separate video about this. If there's ever a judge, a law student, a prosecutor, an attorney who wants to see what due diligence looks like in the courtroom, all they need to do is go to one of Judge Brooks's hearings. This guy was amazing as far as really getting into the weeds, the thick of things, and really going over every single fact, good and bad. And I'm not sitting here kissing his ass because he let me out. He had me at the handshake. When he came up to me and treated me as a human being, it meant everything to me. Likewise, the prosecutor in this case was more like a defense attorney. The government and the magistrate who first heard my case when I was arraigned, so to speak, apologized for me getting mandatory minimum life at 27 years old. Now, they didn't say, Mr. Rosso, we're going to formal apology, but they brought up the fact that my case was a miscarriage of justice. And let me tell you something, that was profound. That did something. You know, anybody that's serving mandatory life for drugs, nonviolent charge, that can have the government apologize for sentencing you to something like that, it means everything. And anyway, so prosecutor didn't object. He said that he didn't care if I got rehab, got out. He didn't care one way or the other. It did not matter to him what was going to happen to me. And said that it was sad, sad story basically, that I got out and kind of screwed it up. Kind of. No, I've blown it. And I'll get into that in detail. I've blown it, people. Blown it big time. First time I've ever been to court and didn't have family or friend in the courtroom was when I got arraigned on this case. Wow. You can say that I'm a privileged white guy, spoiled for sure growing up. Never had I been to court, not had people back me up. It was crazy, right? To me, it was weird to look out in the court and see nobody there. It was weird. When I got arrested, my wife did not talk to me. And that's for many, many reasons. She showed up at my sentencing hearing, or the revocation hearing. And Judge Brooks asked her to speak, and she did. And Judge Brooks asked her what to do with me. What should we do with them? You send me to jail. Drugs are full of jail. So obviously I've got an addiction problem. Didn't commit any new crimes. Had a bunch of dirties, but he didn't know what to do. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't know if Marta was going to say, put me in the electric chair, or what she was going to say. Really. I've heard her bad. And she acknowledged and said that we were separated. She said that she didn't think prison would do me any good. And the judge listened to her carefully. Now let me back up real quick, guys, and I hope I'm not making this too boring. I'll get to the bigger points. Here's what happened. Based on my marriage, when I spoke to Judge Brooks, I said, when I get out of prison, I thought I was going to do 2 years. I want to be put on alcohol restriction. I asked for this. Make sure I have at least a 20-hour-a-week job. I asked for this. That gambling restriction, can't enter any gambling facility. I asked for that. And I asked for it because my marriage required it. That was a requirement of Marta if we were going to stay married. That's the truth. There was a couple more. What am I missing? But anyway, I never expected to get out within a day or two. But I expected to get out, in a couple of years. And I meant that. I meant exactly what I said. And I was doing that. I knew it was right for me. But if I wanted my marriage to work, I knew that was going to happen. Well, Judge Brooks gave me those restrictions. So I went in and asked for more restrictions for my probation. I think I'm the only person that's ever done that ever. I don't regret it. Okay. Again, I didn't know I was getting out within a day or two, but it was the right thing to do for, like I said, for me, but especially for our marriage, to make Marta have some sort of peace in her mind or whatever. Well, I got out. And just so you guys know, what happened was Judge Brooks, when he amended my sentence from life to 25, that's basically what he did. I had served 23 years, 8 months, and 1 day, and I had good time credit that was owed to me. So I'd vested good time credit. So had he given me 2 years, I had like that already in good time. So if he would have sent me to prison, they would have like let me out within a month or two. So if he would have given me 2 years, basically the BOP would have let me out. So what he did was he gave me 2 years or whatever. He gave me all that good time credit plus the county jail time that I did. That way, if something happens in the future, okay, Bobby, if something happens in the future, I can't have a get out of jail free card. And he made clear, one drink, one dirty urine, one gamble, one anything, I'm going to prison for 2 to 3 years. He made that very, very clear. Okay. I got out of prison and I went home to my wife's house. She lives in Fort Smith, and we still have the house down here in Hartford. I'm in Hartford today. We had a very good 3 days, I think it was. And something happened on a morning when I woke up, and I was talking to a friend of mine by the name of Russell Marks. And Rusty is another guy who had life, friend of mine, and got out, and he's going to get his law license. He did 32 years, had the same sentence as me. We both did legal work. And the conversation was basically, Robert, are you going to stay sober? And I'm like, I'm going to tell you, like I told Judge Brooks, I can't make no promises. I'm not going to make people promises. I'm going to stay sober. I can't. So he said that there's just basically a lifers club, is what he called it. And in order to be a part of it, I had to stay sober. And that's the gist of the story. So when my wife woke up, I was all excited about, okay, I'm going to be put in contact with these people who don't do drugs, positive people. And Marta saw it as something different. She saw it as a way that I was trying to get out of going to work. Okay. Just so you guys know, I do not have a work history. I think I've got 17 months work history my entire life. I have not had a job. To this day, I have not had a job. Now, I do have a job waiting, and I'll get into that. I'm supposed to start work on Friday, but I didn't lie, and I'll get into that. So I don't mind the fact of going to work. I asked the judge to give me job requirement. It's 30 hours a week, by the way, not 20. So I had no problem with that. But Marta, being based on her skepticism of me, thought that I was trying to get involved in this lifers club. They all do speeches. They go around the country speaking, based on the fact that I would then not have to go to get a real job. She was totally in left field on it. But it came from someplace. It came from her seeing that I hadn't worked. So really what happened was a fight ensued, and the next week we really never got over that. And within a week, I was back down in Hartford living here. Okay. Now, I have to put this in there. I've never in my life been totally broke. And that is basically penniless. I came down here, I had 2 months mortgage payment. It's only $601 a month. It's only $601 a month. That was $60,000 on this place. 2 houses and 4 lots. Well, there's 2 houses. They both need work. But anyway, water bill, gas bill, electric bill, all that stuff. And I had no money. My entire life, I've been able to either go to drug dealers, get drugs, go to mom and dad, or get a loan. My entire life. And call it what you will, but that's the God's honest truth. And for the first time in my life, I found myself in a situation where I could not do that. And I had a day came where I had 4 hours to make a house payment. 13, no, I had $1,500. I had 4 hours to make this payment. 4 hours. Or I was going to lose the house with a sheriff's order. There's a guy who's Angel Gotti's friend, who is a friend of mine. He doesn't mind me saying his name is Primo. He's loaned me money. He got involved in this because he was going to buy the house. Long story, whatever happened. He talked to the people at this small bank. And this is a mom and pop bank in a rural area, okay? They don't care about people from Chicago, LA, or New York. Matter of fact, they despise them. Primo has a experience in the investing field, whatever. Started talking a lot of them, then gave me information to go tell the bank so they won't take the house, right? Long story short, I had 4 hours to make this decision, and I got it. Had to borrow money, but I got it paid off. Then I had to cover the insurance. I think it's a good time to say right here that my wife believes that I need to lose this house, and she believes that I need to have nothing. And that comes from a place of love. From in her mind, I'll give her that 100%. She believes that I need to start from zero and to appreciate life, money, whatever better. And I can see her point. I know where she's coming from. However, this is what's happened to me. When I got out of prison, my parents gave me like 18 lots, a house. I was able to buy this house, and I lost everything but this house. And when I say lost it, it was in part because of using substances, alcohol, and drugs. But what really took me down was gambling. I lost everything gambling. I've lost everything gambling. And when I say I've lost everything, I mean everything. Right now, my marriage wasn't over here a couple of days ago. I started a job in a chicken factory, chicken plant. And I'm totally stoked about it. And what I did wrong was they said, "Do you have any medical conditions?" And I listed my medical history, and they stopped me from going to work. I was at 10 o'clock at night. I had to go the next day at 4 a.m. Or I had about 12 hours or whatever. They stopped me. I had to go get a doctor's notice. That wasn't good enough. I need more doctor's letters. It's been a big clusterfuck. Okay, there's just caused problems between me and my wife too, and at the same time, my water got shut off, my gas got shut off, and pretty humbling. Pretty humbling. Now I will say this: I got well water. I got 4 wells here. And as I'm talking to you right now, my water's shut off. My gas is shut off. I did go up and live with Marta for 24, 48 hours again, because I'm starting my job today. I stuck another doctor's damn notice. And as of today, I left again. And when I say left, I'm talking about packing all my clothes, a little bit of food that I had, whatever. And it's been 15 times I think I've been in and out. I've moved out of this house and up to, I think it's 15 times. And what happened before was because I was high. I used to run around. I used to cause fights. I'd start fights and I'd run back down here because this is like my stomping grounds, right? This time it's different. Marta, I'll say it to you straight up. I love you. I wish to God that we can work our marriage out. I don't think we can. And no matter what somebody's done, you got to be able to treat them like a human. You can't treat them like a dog. You can't treat them like a dog. And today I left because I'm not going to be treated like a fucking dog. And I don't care what I did. And I've done a lot of bad. You have to get to a place, if you're going to accept somebody back in your life if they did wrong to you, right? You have to at least give them a shot to try to earn their way back and trust into your life. But when you just treat them like a dog from jump, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. And I'm not a victim. She's the victim of me. I've hurt the girl a lot. I don't deserve her. I always felt like I didn't deserve her. That's the God's honest truth. But I've asked to be treated human 3, 4 times now since I've been out of jail in the last 2 months. And I'm met with nothing but hate. And it's just ain't gonna work. It is what it is. I'd rather be down here with no water and no gas than deal with that. And I'm not answering this right now. Whatever, you guys. I would love. There's nothing more I would love than to be able to be given a chance with her, but I can't. I can't do it. And I do love you, Marta. I can't. People ask why I have not been on YouTube. It's because of depression. It's because of depression. I'm not somebody who can bounce right back. I get butt hurt very easily. I am emotionally a child. If you say something like Mark, so in a relationship and I have problems with relationships, I get hurt very easy, and then I run, get high, whatever. That's been my norm, but I can't just bounce back. I have made videos for this channel. Nearly every single day for at least 6 weeks and deleted them all. And I need to add right now that Judge Brooks, during my sentencing hearing, asked me point blank, will you stop doing your YouTube channel if I was to let you out today? Now, why did he say that to me? It's because of the mob tube fights that I got in. The 5 or 6 people that I fought, there was a Jimmy Calandra and his little goofy boys, whatever. I'm not going to go into all that. What happened was the judge believed at that point that my channel started going not downhill, but that it was bad for my rehabilitation. I loved fighting with them. Maybe it's my superiority complex. I feel like I'm smarter. And actually that was brought up that I felt like I was smarter than them. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. It was fun. Yeah, the little intellectual chess match. Absolutely. Yeah, it was fun. But it took away from my channel. Bad took away from my channel, right? So the judge then said, okay, if you do not agree to stop, will you agree in writing for me to make restrictions for this channel? And that was another condition of my marriage. Another condition of my marriage. Don't you gonna get, as somebody said, keep trying. Okay. Another condition of my marriage was that Marta gets editorial control of this channel. And I was giving it to her, no problem. But it then became like anyway, Judge Brooks, because you're watching this, Judge Brooks watches my channel. As you know, I was waiting for you guys to come up with the guidelines for this channel. And that was based on the fact that I told you in court that I was going to allow Marta to be my editor, content creator, whatever. I can't do that. We're not together. And I don't, if she can come out today, if she can come to me anytime and just say, I'm sorry for the way that I've responded to you, tomorrow I'd start trying to do anything I can, because I got a lot of making up to her. But I can't do it. No, as of now, can't. It's impossible. Nope, nobody deserves that. And I'm not badgering. She's a great person. Best girl I've ever been with in my life. Great person. I've hurt her and destroyed her. I broke her spirit, twisted her soul, and we had what? The weekend, she stayed over here, not last weekend, the weekend before. We had a really good weekend, actually. But there's moments, and then it's just everything I do is wrong or say is wrong. It's fucked up. So I know, Judge Brooks, what you want out of this channel. You want to see me do right. I can promise you that I'm not going to punch down and beat up after the little mob guys. I'm going to do prison stories, and criminal justice reform is strong in my heart. And that's where I'm going to go with this channel. However, I'm also going to do reporting. I have a story right now about guys that are smuggling people out of the border using apps. I'm going to do this story. We're going to do it tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Actually, tomorrow I've got 4 doctor's appointments and a piss test. So I don't know how I'm going to do this, and no gas. So we're going to see, but I have the story to do. So I'm going to be conscious, Judge Brooks, of what's right and what's wrong as far as how you believe a probationer should run the channel. I guess that's a good way to put it. But you're doing it for my rehabilitation. Judge Brooks, like Marta, fully believes that he's doing the right thing, and he's not wrong. Marta is not wrong in a lot of stuff. She's wrong in the way she responds and treats me. Or it's not like I'm badgered or nothing. I don't want to say that. It's if you ask somebody if they can just not treat you like a dog and they say fucking no, I mean, there's a point you got to say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. I bring all this up, you guys, because oh, sissy, you don't see nothing. I don't know what happened. I bring all this up because it's definitely affected this channel, my relationship. What? Okay. I never showed up. I've never been the person that Marta fell in love with. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not true. She's been able to be around a very short period of time. Was she around in the 2 years she's been here? Was she around the guy that she fell in love with? Because of alcohol and drugs, and family problems that I had. When my dad died, it changed everything inside of me for reasons I can't go into here, and became a different person. The person that she fell in love with, that she knows is still here. I can't show up because I don't get a chance, and I'm not the victim. I'm saying that if you're trying to work on making amends to somebody, there's got to be a point to where you can start. The starting point. And everybody has a different time limit on the starting point, or different. Okay, in my mind, I've done every goddamn thing that I can to try to show to her I've changed. In my mind, in her mind, I've done absolutely nothing. So we have 2 different truths or different realities or perspectives, right? So, even the content on this channel, Marta came up with phenomenal content for this channel and criminal justice stuff. We were going to start doing this channel together, and people would have loved to see that. Maybe one day we will. Who knows? Today, I talked about her coming home at 5 o'clock tonight. I was still at her house then, and us doing a video together. And she says, we're never going to be seen on the camera together. She doesn't want people on YouTube to know that we were living together. I don't care about putting that out there now, because she's embarrassed, because she saw the criticism, and she doesn't want everybody to talk shit. Josie, by the way. Josie, Angel Gotti's friend. I don't mind the criticism you said of me a couple months ago over that video I did. The criticism you had towards Marta was totally uncalled for and unwarranted. Marta was not a prison groupie girl who fell in love with the lifer or guy on death row. There's a group of girls that fall in love with lifers or go after lifers and guys on death row. That was not Marta. She did not seek a relationship with me because I had life. She never sought a relationship with me. She read an article that I wrote, talked to my sister online, whatever, and over a very long correspondence period, 4 years, Barack Obama, who I knew somebody who knew him, Barack Obama got my letters. Barack Obama read my letters, was going to let me out of prison. When Marta found that out, I think she found out through my mom, not me, but whatever. When she found that out is when the course of our relationship changed. It's when the dynamic of us changed. So I never knew I was going to get out of prison. It was nothing like that. So she did not wait around. So you said something about her needing to have her head examined, Josie. Totally wrong. That was total bullshit. I think I like you. I've seen you've done good stuff, but you shouldn't have hit her like that. She doesn't deserve that. She does not deserve that whatsoever. She's not one of those crazy girls that fell in love with the lifer. She fell in love with the guy with a life sentence who was told by the president of the United States he's going to get out and then didn't get let out because of the Keystone Pipeline. The Keystone Pipeline, because of a turtle. But it doesn't even matter. I'm not going to go there. I didn't get out because of the Keystone Pipeline, okay? But then we were already engaged. Then she already turned her direction towards me. And it was hard. It was hard. That time that after we declared our love for each other and got engaged and all that stuff, and then found out that Brock wasn't going to let me out because of the fucking turtle. It was devastating. It was a bitch. It was a political thing, by the way. So somebody that knew him, labor union, they were going to let me out. He didn't want to let me out because of my jacket, because I had violence and gang stuff and all that. Rightly so. But then he was going to let me out in 2016 when he left. Then it was no because of the Keystone Pipeline. Anyway, so the criticism on Marta on that part, totally wrong. She is one of the best fucking people. No bullshit. And I'm not saying this. I'm not sitting here trying to kiss her ass and win her back. I'd love to, right? This right here will probably have us like ended. She's fucking right now. She's probably shut this off and is in bed. She didn't deserve that, and she does deserve better than me. That she was giving me a chance and hasn't handled it right or whatever is the problem. And today I have to start living my life on my own, and that's what I'm going to do. And I came on this channel tonight because I needed to jump. I needed a starting point. I needed a starting point to get this channel going. I have people to interview. I have people contacting me all the time. But because of my personal problems, I can never get it started. And then Marta, she's in charge. Like Judge Brooks gave her like the reins to control the channel, so to speak. And I believe that she's maybe went a little too far in that aspect. So she gets mad at me for something else, then she doesn't want me to do this. So it's just been wrong. It's just been hard. And man, I swear to God, I would do anything in the world just to be on some equal ground so I can make amends to her for the shit that I did do. And I did some foul stuff. She was with me for what? 8 months, and she never knew I was using drugs. And I didn't use them every day. It wasn't like that. But even she came on fucking YouTube and stuck up for me. What are you saying? I ain't seen none of this. Rob is the best, Randy Savage, whatever. I'm just doing it. She came on here and stuck up for me and was serious. Like, I can't believe people are saying Robert's doing drugs. I'm with him every day. And I felt that right then. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just watched it the other night again. I watched the other night when she did that video. I couldn't fucking believe it. It was horrible. And it was December the 4th of last year. I had to tell her that I was going to rehab because of drugs, and I really was using it. And that when people used to call me out about using, I used to be able to justify for it. Because I was like, they'd say, oh, he's spun out on meth. No, I was on opiates. Oh, he's all on opiates. No, I was on meth. Whatever the game was, right? And yeah, I lied. And I heard people stuck up for me, their subscribers and all that. Yeah, I did. I'm on probation. What can I say? I'm a junkie addict, whatever you want to say. It is what it is. I apologize to lying for people. I do. And especially my wife. And yeah, I don't know how to apologize for being an addict. That was what I was going to say. I don't know how to do that. Chad Marks did an interview with me. He's like, are you embarrassed? I was embarrassed for Marta. I still am, even though I'm saying this here tonight. But it's not like I wanted to come out and start getting high. It's not like I wanted to gamble property, houses, and cars away. It's not like I want to be living down here right now without gas and water. And because I gambled all my stuff away. By the way, I've been able to survive because I've got a lot of antiques and stuff in this house. And I've been selling them on Marketplace. I've just been squeaking by, borrowing money, paying people back. been squeaking by, and a food stamp card. Never had food stamps in my life. EBT card, I was totally against it and still am, and will be off it in a month. And when I was in rehab, that's like one of the scams in rehab. They get like government assistance. That's how I guess they make money. I got an EBT card popped up. Boom. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So, but I'm not ashamed to sit here and say this right now. Yeah, I'm fucked financially, and I owe money. But to put myself out here like this right now, I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna bounce back, and I'm gonna come back strong. It's starting right now, as a matter of fact. And this was not meant to be a criticism towards Marta tonight. There's a point to where that relationship is fucking everything else up in my life. And it sucks because that makes me sound like I'm the victim, and I'm not. She's the victim. She's the one that's been screwed around. But she can't get to a place where she can even believe in one word I say. Where she thinks everything that I say or do is I have an ulterior motive. Where we can't meet on any kind of equal ground. And where when I do ask for something as simple as don't say nothing if you don't have nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. She tells me to leave or whatever. What do I do? What do I do? And I know this. She hates this. She's gonna hate me being on it. I know that. Who's this? Did you say my name? I didn't say anything like that. Who is this? I don't know who sent this. Did you say my name? I didn't say anything like that. The hell is this? I don't know who this person is. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So where's convicting going from here? Tomorrow I'm going to the doctor. I got therapy tomorrow, which is court ordered, but I like. I have to go to the probation department, which is not a big deal. I have to go up to the job I'm going to start, which is night shift, 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. And I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. I have to give the doctor's note. And I have a story right now also about a guy who was beat to death. And I'll tell you right now who it was. The story came out. I showed Chad Marks the photos recently. I think it was Chad. And I have a friend that was my cellie who was able to get this inside information. He's right here. Arrow, I didn't see your call. I'm a social blade. You currently have. Okay, buddy. Thanks. Thanks, James. I was talking about not subs, but members. I was trying to figure out how many members I have because I was going to make it a members only platform. Anyway, let me see if I can. You guys see that? It's a dead person. Anyway, it's a guy on a ventilator, and it was out of. You have to go to YouTube Studio. Okay. Thank you, James. I got inside photos of the guy who got beat to death in his cell, and they're spinning the story like it's something happened because of this, and it was because of race. And I have all the text messages between a high-ranking official in that jail. Pretty big story. So I got that. I got the immigration stuff. I've got a couple prison stories right now. I will do 3 videos a week at least. That's what me and Marta had agreed on. I wanted to do 5. She was saying 3. I have to be conscious of Judge Brooks's wishes, which is not to go off the rails because he believes it's bad for my rehabilitation. And I totally get his point. I do believe that he agrees with my wife on this. They thought that people criticizing me on YouTube like spun me out, and then I started fighting when the opposite was true. I started doing it because I was high and drinking. It was like a wreck to me, you know. Jimmy Calandra, I have no qualms. I don't care what I did to him. I, I, I stand by it 1,000%. There's other guys that were like his little guys. That was fun. It's totally fun. And I got to say this about Chris, FBS. You were right about the gambling thing. I'm one of those junky gamblers that would rather lose than win. And I mean that the rush comes from losing, not from winning. You're 1,000% right about that, Chris. 1,000%. And my wife took a video of me in the casino. It's disgusting. It's the equivalent to me being on my hands and knees searching for a crack rock. I hit a jackpot. I'm sitting in a machine. I think she had that one. And the bells and whistles going off. I think it was $4,000. I think that was it. Anyway, they're not even coming to pay me yet, and I'm feeding the machines on each side of me. You know, and when they come, they're like trying to give me my money, and I'm just trying to get the bells and whistles to go off. Sick. $28,000 loss one night. $46,000 loss a different night. I won. I left one night. I think I was up almost 50 grand. Wasn't good. I didn't get the satisfaction, I guess. So I just went and put it all on red. Of course, it came up black. Roulette. That's what kind of stupid shit that I was doing. That's what I did. That's how I fucked my life off too. That's what I did. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in today. And I'm not ashamed of it. It's no. In a way, I'm. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, I'm ashamed of that. I guess it's fucked up, but I'm gonna bounce back, and I know I will. I'm not. So this will be something I'm hoping people will look at one day that are fucked up as well and say, wow, look at this guy. 2 days from now, I might not have electricity. $333 off electricity, almost $500 to get my water turned back on, $200 for my gas. Gas is hit. I don't care about gas. And I should do a video about how I'm living right now with my well water. I got a tub outside that I heat up with firewood. No bullshit. I like it actually. I do. So I'm worried about the electricity. I ain't gonna lie about that, and I ain't begging for money right now either. It is what it is. I'll get through it. I will get through it. And I will say, Black Eye Kill Black Eye James, where are you? I'm trying to see what you say. The cool podcast. I can't see my dad's son. Oh, you just showed me. I think you're just showing me Lee's. Oh, here we are. So you guys, pretty much what I wanted to say. I don't want my relationship with Marta to end, but I'm pretty sure it's over. And that's what it has to be. And I know there'll be people that'll be gloating. I know the kind of in the days to come. Oh, by the way, SoFlo out of Florida went really easy on me. Surprised. And real quick, because I'm not going to be able to talk about those guys much. Everything I said about those guys, about how they're going to fight each other and who was going to back, it all came out 100% true. I had to like pat myself on the back for that. I had to throw that in there. I was spot on every one of them. No bullshit. The criticism was fair though. It is. I would have been taken off after me too. I'm not mad about that. And Marta will get a lot of fan mail. She'll get a lot of praise, and that's okay. I wasn't going to do a video from the other room and have her be there and pretend that we weren't together. Some bullshit. That was I can't. I just can't. Marta, I love you. That's what I want to say about that. Is what it is. I can't stand running back and forth like you can't stand it. I'm tired of doing that. And Yeah. So Convict Inc. That's what's been going on in my life. Won't be talking about this personal stuff like this. I won't. Maybe every now and then something, but it's not. It's not productive for this channel. I think it's productive for the subs right now, so you guys can get to the nitty gritty. Plus, people stop. Please stop worrying about all those guys. You, your judge, and Morta. That's all. Oh, please stop worrying. Okay, Ground Judy, I got you. Stop doing your own supply, Jr. Yeah, yo, stop doing your own supply. Are you talking about me? I haven't done shit. I've been clean since April 28th. Rob needs to be told the truth. Doesn't need sympathy. He did all this to himself. You want to help this guy? Give him tough love, not pity. Pity will only continue his cycle of bull. Johnny Bradfield. Okay, whatever. So what's the pity people are giving me? You still have a lot of potential and still a lot of decent opportunities. To the boy they call X, go fuck. Did you get the super chat, Robert? Are you banned from getting those? Why would I be banned from a super chat? They actually did a valid point. You care more about a $100 bicycle you work for than a $500 car. $100 bicycle and a $500 car? I'm not sure. You got this, Rob. Stop beating yourself up. You will learn to value money once you start working, JA or job. There's a really big point too. Big difference between. That's a big problem that Martin and I have had is I don't respect money. That's true. I'm terrible with money. Terrible. I've never had to worry about it. Right. So there is something in all this. There's something to be said for all this. There is. Stressful, fuck yeah. But I'll be all right. I will be all right. So there it is, guys. So I don't know if this was flat for you, whatever. For me, glad I did it. If I said nothing at all, because I needed to start. I needed a place to start. I needed to, So there it is. All that shit's out there. Yeah, it is what it is. It's out there. It's done with. Life goes on. If I get any, and I said this earlier, screw up once, you go to prison for 2 to 3 years. Judge Brooks, also, I want to say this to you. I am filing an appeal on the sentence. It has nothing to do with you. You gave what you did. I couldn't believe. It's about a jurisdictional issue, and that'll be in within a week or two. So I don't mean any disrespect by that whatsoever. And I hope to God that you didn't take it that way, or that you don't take it that way. All right, for now, as you're doing it, you are spitting image of it. Thank you. I'll read these in a minute. Jason, I just saw that for a second, but thank you. DM, I'll write that in a second. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do tonight, guys. Thank you. Thank you. What's 142 people? I wasn't like expecting it, Boo-hoo, you made my bed. Like actually a valid point. I don't know what you are trying to say. You're still all over the place. Grind? I just said that. I don't know what I was trying to say either. I'm just trying to get it out so I can get going, You got some sun and eat steak. You look like, get some sun and eat a steak. You look like a talking corpse, not hating, just being honest. I've been out in the sun constantly. It's got to be the lighting. So I've been outside working steadily. And by the way, my grass was, Chris is a gambler, he knows, OMG. My grass was waist high up until yesterday. The guy I pawned my car to and I lost a truck, actually gave me my lawnmower back. It's brand new. Shout out to you, Roy. All right, guys. So yeah, maybe I said nothing at all. I'll be saying a lot more in the days to come, but it won't be about my personal shit. Take care. Thanks for watching.